How about it, dude? How about it? The 2-7 Miami Dolphins put belt to ass on the Buffalo Bills and come out of Hard Rock Stadium with a 30-13 win over the Buffalo Bills. You got to give it up to the Dolphins, man. You got to give it up to them. Just an unbelievable game. And this is a team that has nothing to play for. Okay, their season is over. We are not going anywhere. Um, After that Ravens game, we decided to fire Chris Greer, and in the first post Chris Greer era in Miami, look what we did. We destroyed the Buffalo Bills. We put 30 on them. We had 174 rushing yards with Devon Achane. We forced 3 turnovers on defense, a red zone interception on Josh Allen, a fumble on Josh Allen. This defense was flying all over the field today. And all I have to say is, where was this defense all season? Because if we got this defense all season, we would be in a pretty nice spot right now. If we got the running game like we got it all season, this team would be in a nice spot right now. But I digress. I'm not here to talk about the games early on in the season where we blew games. I'm here to talk about today's game. And today's game proved to me that the Buffalo Bills are the most overrated frauds in the NFL. You are not going to have a home playoff game this year, Buffalo. You are not going to have a home playoff game this year because you will be looking back at this game and you will be like, damn, how did we lose 30-13 to the Miami Dolphins after beating the Kansas City Chiefs? They didn't take us seriously. This was another team that didn't take the Miami Dolphins seriously. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs in a very tight game, 28-21 last week. They look forward. They see they got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming to town next week. Taron Johnson's not playing. AJ Epenesa's not playing. Christian Benford's not playing. They got 3 defensive starters out today. And early on, we are attacking this secondary. And then later in the game, we are running the football. Mike McDaniel, absolutely flawless game. Tua Tagovailoa, really bad interceptions, I will say. He threw 2 really bad interceptions. But besides that, did his job. Okay? He did his job. And then everybody else around him was outstanding. Jalen Waddle, that's why you don't trade Jalen Waddle to your biggest rival. There was a report that came out today that the Buffalo Bills offered the Dolphins a 2027 first-round pick and a third-round pick this year for Jalen Waddle, and the Dolphins said no. They wanted a first-round pick this year. That's what I'm talking about. You don't trade a player like Jalen Waddle to the Buffalo Bills, who would be tormenting you for years with Josh Allen. Josh Allen has already tormented you enough throughout his career. You want to give them Jalen Waddle and help them torment you more? Absolutely not. I'm so glad this Dolphins organization said no to that trade, declined the trade offer. Jalen Waddle is here to stay. You don't trade players like Jalen Waddle. You sign players like Jalen Waddle, and he is here to stay with the Miami Dolphins organization. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. You know, it's been a rough season for us Dolphins fans. It's really been a rough season. But, you know, celebrate this one, man. Fuck the draft picks. And it worked out perfectly today, actually. Because, you know, looking at it, today, the Saints won and the Jets won against the Browns. So the Dolphins right now, I think, would hold the 5th pick in the NFL draft because the Saints are 2-8, the Giants are 2-8, the Jets are 2-7, and the Browns are 2-7, and the Dolphins are sitting here at 7-3 or 3-7. I'm sorry. They might be above the 10. Yeah, the Titans are 1-8. So the Titans, they own the number 1 pick. That's the Titans, the Saints, the Giants, the Jets, the Browns. I don't know, but it all worked out well because the Saints and the Jets, they both won today, and the Dolphins are sitting here at 3-7 with the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, the Saints, and the Jets. Their next 3 games. So we could be looking at a nice 3-game winning streak for the Miami Dolphins. I don't know, but one thing I will predict right now is that this game is going to this is going to keep Mike McDaniel his job. Because 2-7, you have nothing to play for. You got to think, are these players going to quit on the head coach? Are they going to show fight in these remaining 8 games? And not only did they show fight today against the Buffalo Bills, man, they went out there, they executed to perfection. They dominated the trenches. I don't think Tua got sacked at all today. They dominated the trenches against that division rival. How often do we play the Bills? And we're like, one of the reasons why the Bills beat the Dolphins so much is because they're so much better than us on the trenches. Today, the Dolphins owned the Buffalo Bills on the trenches. Tua did not get sacked today. Josh Allen got sacked 3 times. The Bills were going backwards in the running game. The Dolphins were going forwards. The Dolphins, for once in my life, dominated the trenches against the Buffalo Bills. And man, this is awesome. This is such an amazing feeling. Beating the Bills at home when their fan base was trying to take over our stadium and they thought they were going to come into our house, dominate us, which I thought they were going to too, which is why I didn't do a preview this week, was because I figured I'd be insulting the audience's intelligence, saying this is how you got to beat the Bills, knowing that thinking going into the game, we had no shot against the Bills. And boy, oh boy, I was dead wrong. This was a fucking clinic, if I've ever seen one. You thought we were happy after the win against the Falcons? I'm fucking thrilled after this one. So, this is the best Dolphins win since that Cowboys game in 2023. Now, I would have liked to have this win against the Bills in the wild card game in 2022. I would have liked to have this win against the Bills when the division was on the line, the last game of the regular season in 2023. I would have liked to have this game against the Bills last year when they beat us off a 61-yard field goal. And we get it when the Dolphins are 2-7. And the season's been the shit. And we come out here today, first game without Chris Greer as general manager. And, man, I'll take it. I will fucking take it, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to break this one down. 30-13. 3-7 on the season. No, the season's not rejuvenated. This is just a nice feeling. Okay? This is just a really nice feeling. So, the Dolphins, they get the ball first, and it's 3rd and long, and Tua just chucks it up in double coverage, and Cole Bishop comes down with an interception. Really bad play call. Not a bad play call, but just a bad decision by Tua. Jalen Waddle's in double coverage, and this is how the game started. It was a neutral zone on the Bills, but Alec Ingold just got set, and the Dolphins, they get called for a false start. Then the first play of the game hasn't even happened yet, but the Dolphins call a timeout, and then we get an interception on 3rd down. But luckily, it only got good from here, folks. It only gets good from here. The Bills, they go 3 and out. The Dolphins, they get the ball back. 12 plays, 92 yards in 7.5 minutes. Devon Achane, 6 yards. 3rd and 1, Alec Ingold, since Ollie Gordon came into this game banged up. The short yardage run game went through Alec Ingold. 6 yards and a first down. Tua, short pass to Devon Achane. He takes it for 15 yards. Achane gets a 7-yard run on 2nd down. You get a 15-yard run by Achane and an unnecessary roughness on Cole Bishop after the play was over. A 9-yard run by Achane. You're just methodically moving the ball down the field. And then, bam, tight window pass to Malik Washington. Jordan Poyer in coverage. That bum. Touchdown Dolphins. 7-0. The Bills, they're going down the field. Play gets blown up by Jack Jones on 2nd and 8. And he had himself a game today. We'll talk about that. And 3rd and 12, Josh Allen to Dawson Knox for 11. And then 4th and 1, Anthony Weaver brings the house. Josh Allen floats it up to Jackson Hawes, and incomplete. Minkah Fitzpatrick knocks down the pass, and the Dolphins take over. 3 plays. Boom. You get a 14-yard pass to Waddle, negative 1-yard run by Achane, and then the first play, 2nd quarter, Jalen Waddle, 1-on-1 with a rookie cornerback. You just throw it up to him, and he comes down with the touchdown. That's the right way to go about it. He's 1-on-1 with a rookie corner, with 2 other corners out. Just throw it to him and let him go make a play. And that's exactly what happened. 38-yard touchdown to Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins take a 13-0 lead. So both teams exchange punts. The Bills get the ball on their own 15-yard line. 2 plays in a row to Dalton Kincaid, 20 yards and 17 yards. All right. At this point, you're sitting here, you're like, the Bills are going to do something at some point. Okay? At some point in the drive, the Bills are going to do something. And they're marching methodically. Ty Johnson for 8. You get a neutral zone on 4th and 1. Very next play, James Cook gets a 9-yard run, but it's punched out by Jack Jones, and the ball travels nearly 20 yards. And Juju Brents, who got his first start on the year, he was awesome today. Juju Brents was awesome for the Miami Dolphins. He gets the fumble recovery, and he gets the first down. Or not first down. He gets the football for the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they take up 6 minutes of clock here. 10 plays, 67 yards, a 14-yard run by Achane. Okay? 2 runs left, goes to the opposite side of the field, 24 yards to Jalen Waddle. 18 yards by Jalen Wright. Run game, you're just picking up chunks and chunks. And Brunskill was in there again as a 6th offensive lineman, and it looked beautiful. Then you go 3 and out. Okay. You got a 46-yard field goal. You're up 16-0. You're like, you cannot allow points. With the Bills getting the ball to start the second half, you cannot allow points on this drive. And it's 3rd and 7, and Josh Allen steps up into the pocket, and who else but getting his first sack on the season, coming off a big payday this summer, Zach Sealer finally gets home on Josh Allen and is able to pick up a sack. The Bills punt, the Dolphins punt, and it's pouring rain, and it's sunny coming out in the second half, and we go into halftime up 16-0 over the Buffalo Bills. And we're like, holy shit, this is new. The way we played against the Bills, this is new for us. But we've been through this season. We've been through this against the Patriots. We really went through this against the Panthers. We went through it at the end of the game against the Chargers. Here we go. We're up 16-0. Can the Dolphins hold? Can they hold the Bills? Well, the Bills get the ball first. They go 14 plays, 77 yards on 8 minutes and 55 seconds. You get 2 defensive holding calls on the Dolphins, which was complete BS. So the refs are in help of the Buffalo Bills. Awesome. Spencer Brown called for offensive holding. And Josh Allen running his ass off around the pocket. He's got 5 white jerseys sprinting after him. Finds Curtis Samuel in the middle field. I'm like, here we go. Josh Allen making plays that he only makes against the Miami Dolphins when he's down like this. 21 yards. 3rd and 5. Josh Allen to Shakir for 11 yards. James Cook for 14 yards. Josh Allen up the middle on 2nd down for 9 yards. So we get the 3rd and goal. And by the way, on this drive, Dalton Kincaid gets hurt. That's a big injury for the Bills because he's their biggest red zone threat. So they're on the field without Dalton Kincaid. So Josh Allen goes to the backup, Dawson Knox, and Ifeatu Melifonwu. Boop. Thank you very much. Easy interception in the red zone. Unbelievable. The defense comes away with another turnover. Their 2nd turnover on the day. Ifeatu Melifonwu, clutch interception against Josh Allen. So now the Dolphins punt. They go 6 plays, 39 yards. Tua to Greg Dulcich for 22 yards, which I forgot to read the stats. I'll read them after I'm done recapping the game. Devon Achane for 13 yards. And then essentially we go 3 and out. 2 minutes left. QB sneak by Allen on 3rd and 1. So it's 1st down at the Buffalo 13. And we're going into the 4th quarter. Up 16-0. And I'm like, please, Dolphins. Please. I beg. I know the season's over. I just want this win. I just want to beat the Bills. One time. Luckily, my prayers were answered. James Cook for 6 yards. 3rd and 2. Josh Allen to Shavers. I'm not sure his first name. 24 yards. Then he goes to Dawson Knox for 20 yards. And then Juju Brents, who is playing a hell of a game, leaves with an undisclosed injury. He returned later on, which was nice. But Ethan Bonner steps into the game. And Josh Allen sees this immediately. Picks on Ethan Bonner, who's one-on-one with Keon Coleman, which is a recipe for disaster. And 35-yard touchdown. Luckily, Minkah Fitzpatrick makes a very nice play on Shakir, and it is 16-6. Dolphins get the ball again. 3rd and 6. Tua to Nick Westbrook-Akine for 7 yards. And these announcers, okay, the announcers today were Andrew Catalon, Charles Davis, Jason McCourty. These announcers tried their hardest to say that the ball hit the turf and it was an incomplete pass. And Sean McDermott threw the challenge flag, but it was too late. They tried their hardest to convince us watching the game that this was an incomplete pass, where it clearly wasn't. He caught it. But 3rd down, again, the pressure comes and Tua chucks it up to Jalen Waddle in double coverage. Interception. Why, dude? Why? Just take the sack or throw it away. Chucks it up for no reason. Interception. Now after today, Tua has 13 interceptions on the year. 13 interceptions. That's not good. He leads the league in interceptions. But this, oh my goodness. You're like, okay. Here come the Bills. Josh Allen, Undertaker, going to march right down the field, the Grim Reaper. It's looked like that's what's going to happen. But we get the 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak. And this motherfucker gets greedy. Instead of just going down for the 1st down, he goes and he tries to get more yards. And who is there to rip out the football? But none other, along with Jordan Brooks, Jack Jones. 2nd forced fumble on the day. Rips the ball away from Josh Allen. And Minkah Fitzpatrick is there to scoop it right up. And the Dolphins force the 3rd turnover for the Buffalo Bills offense. 3 turnovers. And then, this is essentially the dagger right here. A 3-yard run by Achane, and then 2nd run, he goes willy-nilly down the field. 59 yards. Touchdown Dolphins. 23-6 with 6.5 minutes to go. Yeah, the Bills get a garbage time touchdown. A lot of bullshit penalty called on this play. You get unsportsmanlike. You get taunting on Bradley Chubb after a sack. He was fucking celebrating. That was weak, man. I'm not as frustrated with it because we still beat the Bills' ass, but that was such a soft call. That was extremely soft by the referees, but they get called for taunting on Bradley Chubb. And then Josh Allen, Jackson Hall's 26-yard touchdown. Doesn't matter. We recovered the onside kick. 3rd and 8. Devon Achane, willy-nilly. 35 yards, touchdown. That's your game. How you doing? Miami Dolphins 30. Buffalo Bills 13. Now, let's go over some stats. Because I usually do it in the beginning, and I forgot to do it. So we're going to do it now. Josh Allen, 28 of 40, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the interception to Fatu Melifonwu. James Cook, 13 carries, 53 yards. You contained James Cook today. Great job by the Dolphins defense. Khalil Shakir, 7 catches, 58 yards. Keon Coleman, 3 catches, 46 yards. Dawson Knox, 3 catches, 37 yards. Jackson Hall's 1 catch, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Basically, the Bills got down 16-0. Their entire game plan went away because they had to throw the ball. So, the Dolphins, though, beautiful game plan. Beautiful. Tua Tagovailoa, 15 of 21, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 ugly interceptions. I feel like they won in spite of Tua. Like, he did his job, But, man, those interceptions were brutal, dude. Devon Achane, 22 carries, 174 yards, 2 tuds. The Dolphins ran the ball 32 times, 197 yards. You love to see it, baby. You love to see it. Jalen Waddle had 5 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Devon Achane had 6 catches for 51 yards. Dulcich had a 22-yard catch. Malik Washington, 2 catches for 9 yards and a touchdown. That was the passing game today. That's all it needed to be. Juju Brents got a fumble recovery. Minka Fitzpatrick got a fumble recovery. Ifeatu Melifonwu got an interception. Jordan Brooks forced a fumble. Jack Jones forced a fumble. Bradley Chubb got a sack. Willie Gay got a sack. Zach Sealer got a sack. 3 sacks on Josh Allen. An interception. 2 forced fumbles. Have a day, Miami Dolphins defense. Have a day. So now we are 3-7 going into Madrid against the Washington Commanders next week without Jaden Daniels. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Let me look. Let me try to look. Go on Tankathon. Right now, the Dolphins have the 7th pick in the NFL draft. Next week, their next 3 games are against the Washington Commanders, the New Orleans Saints, and the New York Jets. So that right there, that's potentially 3 wins. So we'll see where this takes us. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go celebrate this one. This was just an awesome day, dude. Just a complete awesome day. Like I said, you get your ass kicked year after year after year by the Buffalo Bills. And even though you're 2-7, it is such an incredible feeling. I don't care what happens the rest of the year. It's already over. But man, we are going to hang our hat on this game. We're going to look back on this season and be like, do you remember when we absolutely kicked the shit out of the Buffalo Bills? You absolutely got to love it. Go Dolphins. Fuck the Bills. Fuck Bills Mafia. Overrated is what the Bills are. Overrated. That's OVERRATED. Overrated are the Buffalo Bills.